one of my main partners, Rocky, I'm going to be passing it on to somebody else who, mashallah, is an amazing asset to the ummah. His name is Ashfaq. I know when you see this brother, many of you will know him because he is very well connected throughout lots of masajid throughout the UK. And, you know, a lot of people of knowledge know him very well. And, mashallah, I want him to really, because he's been in this field and he's working with us closely to ensure that, alhamdulillah, we set out and really achieve the results we want with this project. I want him to also be introduced, inshallah. So, Brother Ashfaq, if you can come online, and and if you could just put your webcam, and I will pass it over to you, inshallah. So if you could just put your webcam on, excellent. All right, Brother Ashfaq, Jazakallah khair, over and out to you.
Jazakallah Harun. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I'm very grateful to Harun for allowing me a few minutes to address you before we pass over to Brother Rafaqat, who's going to explain to you what this concept is. Alhamdulillah, my name is Ashfaq Siddique. I'm the Secretary of Al-Madinah Masjid Barking, which is a fairly large masjid in the East End of London. And I just wanted to take a few minutes just to address you, to try and highlight to you a couple of issues which hopefully the brothers are going to try and address for you today. In my professional life for 30 years, I was able to make decisions using resources which impacted positively almost immediately. Now, why was I allowed and able to do that? And the simple answer is I had access to resources. I've been involved in my local masjid, alhamdulillah, for 33 years. And it's taken us 33 years to achieve the status that we have achieved today. Why has that been the case? It's been the case because we've had access to resources, but those resources have been limited. Those resources have been in the forms of donations, which although they've been the lifeblood of our institutions for many years, have not been steady enough or fixed enough to allow us to plan properly for the future. However, despite all of this, alhamdulillah, our masjid in the East End of London today has achieved beacon mosque status. It's the only mosque in the country that has beacon mosque status, which says that it is the organisation of the type that we should aspire to be. And that is with limited resources. And that shows me that in our communities we have the spirit, we have the sacrifice, we have the tenacity to do this, even with limited resources. But imagine if we had more resources. Should we have done it better? Could we have done it better? The fact of the matter is that today in Muslim institutions up and down the country, some of our institutions have received hundreds of thousands of pounds from the Muslim community, but today they find themselves in financial trouble. Why is that? It's because they have not thought through a defined, planned investment strategy. And they relied on donations, and when hard times come, sometimes those donations slow down as well. I'm not criticising anybody. I know that there's hundreds of people on this webinar today who work piously and with sincere intent and very hard to produce and deliver for our Muslim community. So I'm not criticising anybody, but what I'm asking is, could we have done it better? In my personal situation, my beloved father introduced me to the Mosque committee some 33 years ago. And I remember thinking straight away, if I had a team of youngsters here available to me, and maybe some Muslim businessmen who could invest in the community, then imagine what we could achieve. But I didn't have either one of those resources. And I know that you people listening to this webinar today will be able to identify with that. The concept of unity in the Ummah can only move forward if we put aside our differences. If we put aside our egos, and if we put aside and recognise our own limitations and feelings, and at that point, if we accept that there are others out there who can help us to do things better, we will be able to move our communities forward. The generation who came to this country many years ago now built our institutions. We have nearly 2,900 Islamic institutions in the UK. They were pioneers who had a vision. What they put in place is what we are reaping the benefits of today, some 30, 40, 50 years in some cases later. Today it's our turn. Today we have the opportunity as managers of these institutions to make decisions which will impact upon our future generations. We have a responsibility as managers, as leaders, and as guides to our community to investigate, to research, and to look at what may benefit our communities in the future. What we do today, my brothers and sisters, will influence our generation tomorrow. So there's an opportunity here for us to do something where we can leave our footprint and create a sadaqah which for us will be everlasting, inshallah. Let me ask you this question. If we die tonight, have we done enough to discharge our responsibility as leaders of our communities? If we die tonight, have we done enough? The people who are offering to help us today are professionals in their field. They have a proven record. They are successful in their field. They could have taken this project that they're going to tell you about now, and they could have made many millions of pounds out of it. But no, because they are pious Muslims, they decided that they would present this to the Muslim community of the United Kingdom to give it the first opportunity to benefit from it. They could have run off with this and made lots of money, but they decided that their communities need their help. These people are anchored in the deen of Islam, and they are the very people that I wish I had sat next to me 33 years ago. My brothers and my sisters, if we broaden our mindset, if we work together, if we call upon the resources and the skills that are available to us, then together we can unite and drive this ummah to achieve. If we can do that, then we are on the sunnah of our beloved Prophet. If we can do that, then we should not be afraid to die, because we will have discharged our responsibility. I'm going to pass you over now. I want you to listen carefully to Brother Rafaqat Mirza and what he's about to present to you. Think about the opportunity it offers the Muslim community of the United Kingdom. Think about the benefit it offers for your community and the Muslim Ummah as a whole. And think about your responsibility and what you need to do to fulfill that responsibility. Thank you for listening to me. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.